Yes, happy new timeline. I saw it in the comments. Happy new timeline. We just got out of an 18-hour blackout in the Schumann resonance, and prior to the blackout, we see another design, vertical lines, that we don't normally see. The last time we've seen some interesting designs like that, we kind of entered a new world. A lot of times we are in the blackout, which is the void of creation. It's important that you hold the frequency when you come out of the blackout. Whatever you are creating, keep going with it. You could write "keep going" in the comments. In our world, there are dissonant frequencies all around us, and it's really important to kind of cleanse yourselves of these frequencies and really be able to put out to the world who you truthfully are. Who are you? And that's what we need to do moving forward. 18-hour blackout. And coming up out of this, let's see what happens. A lot of times when we come out of a big blackout like this, we can see something major happen physically in the world. I mean, we're in day 6 of the event 2024. We actually had a good time last night. We break down the weekly events of the world every Friday night. And we've already had so many things in just 5 days. So, I mean, 2024 is going to be on fire. You could hit the flames in the chat if you're watching live or on the replay. Could you kindly hit the like button? And that's going to help others find this message. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. We have daily videos at 9 a.m. Eastern Time and Friday nights. We saw a straight vertical line trend prior to the blackout. And this design, another design, is this the hand of God moving again? The hand of God will move. And, it's a good suggestion to come out of the ego and know that there are very powerful forces that are moving an entire timeline right now. As we come out of the void, it's a good time to create. You are on a new frequency. And you might be feeling it. Symptoms on my journey, it was very difficult getting up today. Did you feel that today? Very difficult getting up, and which was very unique for me. We share about ascension symptoms on this channel, and usually I will wake up in the middle of the night and feeling like that inferno flame, like all of a sudden, like wake up and like you're just burning up. But actually, last night I woke up in freezing cold. And it wasn't like cold in the house. So that was something that was actually very different for me. If that happened to you, or if you experienced anything last night coming out of this blackout, let us know in the comments. But it was very difficult getting up today. And yeah, but you don't need that clock anyway, because the linear time is fake, actually. It's interesting how this all works out. Last year's energies were removing impurities. Impurities from your work, from your everyday life. Things were cleansed, and you had to go through a lot. You might have went through a lot last year. If you went through a lot and you're here to embrace the new timeline, well, you came to the right place. And it really needed to happen. It needed to happen that the densities weren't coming with you. Things were cleaned, you were refined. We were all on the threshing floor last year. And, it's really interesting to sit back and look at maybe a piece of evidence, a tangible piece of evidence that we could all point at and say, wow, something did happen. And we know this as we collaborate. We could be on different sides of the country or on different continents around the world. Where are you located? Let us know in the comments. We are on every continent right now, and please keep sharing our channel and community. We are receiving, as the hand of God moves again, we are receiving double. You know, you might have went through a time where you had lack, things were pulled back. It's like that tsunami wave. A tsunami wave of energies is about to come cascading over. But before it comes, it actually pulls back. The whole ocean pulls back. And, you know, you're like, oh, there's nothing here. It's dry. It's barren. And then all of a sudden that tsunami wave comes crashing down. And you are going to receive double now. It's time for double, or maybe even tenfold. Let us know in the comments. Are you getting double, tenfold? How much are we getting? But this is 2024. It is the year of abundance, and you could hit 888. It's the 8 year. Abundance is coming. And you have this knowing. You could feel it ahead of time. When you think about double, you have to think of energy themes. Everything that we've gone through since last June, and if you're new to the channel, and I'll share about that video that basically puts it all together. When we saw and experienced that energy in June, a lot of densities were purged and cleansed away. Why? Because we needed to be in alignment. When we think of the double reward, isn't it such a reward just to be in alignment? You know, I'm sitting here right now and I'm doing the work and I'm in alignment and it feels good for my soul. And that's the most important thing. We don't want to live fake lives, you know, wearing a mask. We want to just be who we truthfully are. And we've lived in a world, people are strung along. They're actually controlled by social media and trying to get likes and trying to be popular. We make you laugh if you're new to the channel. Life is actually not so serious. Why so serious, son? So it's such a reward to actually be in alignment. It is such a reward living as your authentic self. And you might be going about your journey and you could say, wow, you know, I'm doing things, I'm living a certain way, and this is not actually who I am. I just want to be my authentic self. I want to do things that actually resonate with me. I want to have a life experience that I actually want to have. And you might have been going about your journey, whether it's people out there on the interweb trying to pander to them. Maybe you have family members and you're the black sheep of the family, and you stick out like a sore thumb and your family doesn't understand you. Or maybe you have gaslighting coworkers around the water cooler, whatever it might be. You could share it in the comments. What do you go through? This is a community for all people. And you might be sitting there and you say, well, you know what, I don't really fit in anywhere. Of course you don't, dear one. You came here to stand out. The energies, the frequency has shifted. So just like how we're all gathered around right now, a lot of people don't. I'm reading the comments right now. That's why we're building this community. And we're actually becoming in alignment. You want to be in alignment with the correct people. It feeds your soul, and then you create a positive feedback loop. You can't look at things. I shared this last night. After this video is finished, head over to the channel page if you missed last night's Friday night live stream. It's such a truthful thing. When and you could see these people out there, you know, on the Instaface or the Twitters or whatever it is, and they are, you know, they're striving to have all these followers. But I just, you know, I shared the story last night. I just dabbled in it for just a few minutes because I wanted to check something out. The drainage, you know, more is not always better. More is not always better. You're better off sometimes simply being in alignment with the right people. You got to watch out for that Instaface there. Please hit the like button if you're having a good time. If you are feeling the shift as we come out of the blackout, it's really important that it's more about us being in alignment and not, reaching for the unreachable, standard. The things are always changing on us, but you need to have a strong connection. People come and people go. You might come out of a blackout of the Schumann resonance. You might go through a rapture wave, and all of a sudden, where did everyone go? And they are gone in a snap, baby. Oh, yeah. Ready for this? The important relationships, two of them. The relationship that you have with God and the relationship that you have with yourself. And technically, absolutely nothing else matters. And there's such a strength behind that. When you have that ironclad connection to Source, you have more energy than 10,000 people combined. It's true. Lion Teach, I love you, sister. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. Appreciate that. You need to be in alignment. And you might feel this. You have to really listen to the body. The body is the tuning fork to telling you the truth. And it's all about flow. As you can see it right now, the energy is just flowing. But you can't force. It's all choppy. It's like that frequencies, the radio signals. You want to have that. You want to have the clear channel. You want to turn on the radio in the car and you hear that beautiful music. You got that frequency going, and think of the frequency of the Schumann resonance, and then all of a sudden, right? It's driving you. It's crazy. You just got to go with the truth and just go with it, man. There's a lot of limbo. Do the limbo, right? Yeah, people are in limbo. That's actually the worst feeling. I like people, I like situations, I like things that are crystal clear. And sadly, we don't live in a world where things are crystal clear. Let's be the pioneers. Let's just be ourselves. Are you here to be yourself? You could let us know in the comments. Are you here to be yourself? That's all you got to do. Absolutely. See you later, alligator. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful chat we got going here. It's time that God is moving the hand back over. And sometimes, you need to do a little cleanse. And it's creating room for so much more. And all people over the course of time have been going through this. The energetics of the world, it's just so much higher. On my journey, I share about the event, the expansion of human consciousness. And some people are still sitting there today saying, but there's no event. There's no event. I need you, remember, you're going to have to come to the answers yourself. I need you to sit there, sit with it, sit in quiet. Really think about this today. Have you learned more? Has your consciousness expanded exponentially since 2020 than previously in your life? You could raise your hand in the chat. You could let us know in the comments. Do you see people that maybe prior to 2020, maybe you weren't on the same page, and then all of a sudden you see more people that are interested in the things that you are interested in? Things are changing, things are expanding, and that's what this is all about. It's about the expansion of human consciousness. And we're going to be taking this channel, and maybe I'll be having some of my brothers on this channel, and going through the changes over the past few years. And I've touched base with some of my brothers. I see them in the gym. We're communicating. I've seen this over the course of time. When you start to change your diet, you start to see clearly, and we have to start thinking about the densities of life. And right now, we're creating a new timeline right now in this blackout. And we have to think about everything as a frequency. What is the food doing? What is the phone doing to us? And we're all going to come together and we're going to create right now in the blackout. We're doing this live on the air. We're going to create something that is going to change the world for the better. Hit the like button if that resonates with you. I don't care who you are, what your background is. We all come from different backgrounds, but we're all coming together because we're on the same frequency. That's what it's all about. You know, I've been doing this for years. Last year, we went through our trials, we went through our tribulations, but we're able to overcome all of these things. You know, it's so funny right now. A few minutes before I came on live on the air, the wind just like picked up. So this is really maybe a powerful message. If you are getting this message, I'm so grateful if you would share this message for us all today. It's really a great help. And the more that we share, we're creating a positive feedback loop. We're all in this together. And that's how we're actually expanding consciousness. It's a frequency that people are tuning into. Constructive and deconstructive interference waves. Think of social media, think of the internet, think of the phone, think of the computer, whatever it might. Think of TV. Think of it all. We want to create a constructive interference wave. There is science behind this. We don't want deconstructive interference waves. These things are all, you go out there, these frequencies throw you off. And then we go out there and there's things that pick us up. The wind is blowing like crazy right now. That is definitely confirmation of the power that is here present in the now moment. You have to start being the observer, and no one is going to tell you the answer. You have to realize it for yourself. I've said this over and over again. Some of you know this very famous phrase. The truth cannot be told. It can only be realized. You are going to have to realize the truth for yourself. Stop listening to people that, you know, probably don't know more than you do. You probably know best. And that's where we actually take back our power. Hit the like button if that resonates with you. We start to peel back this veil. There's a veil that's, you know, I've always heard about this veil. Everyone talked about this famous veil that's out there. And it's not maybe like a literal physical thing, but it could be a energetic veil, if you will. And you're not seeing the whole the whole picture. There's a bigger picture out there. There's so many things that are out there and that are calling you. Right, Steve? Who is the man behind the curtain, Steve? Who is that guy? Does anyone know that guy? Let us know in the comments if you know that guy. But yeah, no, we want to create that constructive interference wave because you are putting out a frequency. When we think about epigenetics, there are things that are our surroundings influence our vibrational frequency. The people we surround ourselves with influence our vibrational frequency. So we actually, you know, we have to be cautious of all these things and not fall for it, not be drained by maybe things that, you know, are not for our best interest. And it takes a lot of courage to do this because change is very scary. I had to do this on my journey. And, you know, I might have, you know, over time I learned things. It became part of my life. Once again, I did a big fast last night. Fasted. I was live. I said, I don't have time to eat dinner. I'm just going to fast. I keep going. Keep going. Just stay focused on that all year. It's going to be a lot of stuff this year. Just like I'm looking out the window, the wind is blowing around. Leaves are falling off the tree right now. The wind is going, it's howling. You just got to keep going and focus on that every single day. Show up. You don't have to be perfect. Show up. Keep going. Don't go back. You just keep moving forward. And you're going to find yourself on the other side. You really are going to find yourself on the other side. Everything carries a frequency. I want each and every one of you that are getting this message right now, we had this void. It's a clean, or a blank slate, if you will. If you have a idea in your mind, you want to create it, you want to bring it into reality. Tesla did this. And then he had his blueprints, right? We're making a blueprint right now. You want to be an artist, you have a blank canvas. Now you could create, but if there's all stuff all over the paper or the canvas, you can't really create the way that you want to create. It's going to maybe alter the way that you're going to create. So now that we have the blank canvas, right now, in the now moment, we're all putting out this frequency of what we are creating and how we're improving all three phases of life. That's what we're here to do. All three phases of life, physically, mentally, spiritually. You have these abilities inside of you, and you have to remember who you are. We come from all different backgrounds. We have different stories. But we're here to change the frequency of the world. God's hand has moved again. And you see that in that interesting design there. A blank slate. Start to create. 2024 has just started. It is the year of abundance. Start creating, kid. I appreciate each and every one of you. Last year, you might be new to this concept. At the end of this video, if you're watching on the replay, in the upper left-hand corner for all of you, I put out a video that basically recaps the energetics with the Schumann resonance rapture that we saw. It's going to be in the upper left-hand corner. Why don't you hit that video and start reflecting on your life? Did you see it? Did you go through a sorting last year? Were you on the threshing floor last year? Were things realigned last year? It was all for a purpose. Some things in life, a quantum event happens, and in the present moment, you don't know if this event is good or bad. It just is. Because in the future, you're going to look back at that event and you say, wow, what a great event. It put me on a new trajectory. I couldn't be here today if that event didn't happen. And that's how you have to stay focused. Keep an open mind at all time. Keep the doors open. Let your brothers and sisters come in. We are in a realignment phase. And now we're coming together. We're putting out the frequency and we attract what we are. So stay focused on yourself. That's the frequency that you need to stay focused on. Who are you? What are you here to do? And just worry about yourself. Be the lighthouse. The lighthouse puts the light out. There it goes. And now we're staying focused. That's all. You don't have to do anything else but work on yourself. I love you all. Let us know in the comments, what are your experiences from this blackout? Did you feel it this morning? I appreciate you, Joe. We actually had a great time on Patreon last night. The link is in the description if you would like to see last night's live stream there. Head over to the channel page if you missed last night's live stream on YouTube. We had videos all week long. There's always new people that are coming over to the channel. You might say, oh, I'm interested in this, but I feel a little lost. Head over to the channel page. Just go back a week or two. You will be caught up to date. We constantly move. Remember, you know, we're in an evolutionary journey right now, and things are evolving, right? So who you were back in 2020 is not who you were today, who you were in 2012. You're not that person today. Who you were in 2001, you're not that person anymore. We're constantly evolving. So embrace who you are. Move forward. We have this new frequency. Let's make the most with what God has given us. Double. Tenfold. 888. 2024. Oh, it's going to be one heck of a ride. The power is inside of you. Know it, live it, love it. Have the inexhaustible belief in yourself right now. Now's the time to do it. We've come out of the blackout into the light. I love you all. We'll We'll be back on tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. All these things is such a great support. I really appreciate that. It helps get this channel out. Metaphysical Mike, thank you so much for the support. 555. It is the fifth dimension. We are headed to the fifth dimension right now. And don't go back. It's really easy to try to go back. You got to just keep 1% better every day. If you're new to the channel, we've been sharing this 2024. Don't worry about being perfect. 1% better every single day. And all of a sudden, you're on the brand new timeline. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. And bye for now.